ahead and get started. Good morning, Jennifer. Good morning, Mary. Hey, Summer. Hi, Lauren. Hi, Nancy. All right, friends, let's get started seated in a nice tall position. So take the hands underneath of your glutes and lift them up. Lift the shoulders up and back. Let the shoulder blades come onto the back and lift the crown of the head towards the sky. And just find yourself here, rooted down, supported by the ground as you begin to tune into the breath. So bringing the awareness to this present moment. This first yoga practice of the entire year, of the entire decade. What a way to begin your day. And so here you're just noticing the breath, the inhale and the exhale. You're not doing anything with it. You're not changing it. You're not judging it. Just noticing it. Because that singular focus, my friends, allows the brain to really work optimally. So perhaps you begin to just notice how it comes in and how it comes out. If you're breathing exclusively through the nose or a combination of the nose and the mouth. Maybe noticing any tension within the body. Or noticing if you feel really great today. You know, it's been a long couple of weeks of celebrating all kinds of holidays, bringing the year to a close. And we culminate it with perhaps even staying up late last night, maybe even eating foods that we don't normally eat. And so today we could wake up feeling rejuvenated, but also tired, maybe a little bit slumpy a little bit. And so, you know, no matter what it is you're feeling, no matter what it is that you're noticing, my friends, that's it, just notice it. Just notice it. And bringing your attention to the present moment is such a good practice, not just on the mat, but throughout the day. It's what allows you to be tuned in and to allow yourself really to shine because you're tuned in, you know what's going on. And so today's practice will be all about just staying in tune with the breath, staying in tune with the present moment, and allowing yourself that ability to shine. Take a few more breaths here, either with the hands on top of the heart or at heart center. So you all know meaning is very important. Energy is very important to me. And so I call attention to energy and meaning throughout this practice. And you could take it or leave it depending on what kind of motivation or what kind of attachment you need today. You don't have to take everything. My friends, make an intention for your practice today. An intention, not a resolution, not something you're going to do better, right? An intention, something that honors what's deep within your heart. So perhaps for you it is, I need to stay in the moment more. I need to notice more. I need to just be tuned in a little bit more rather than on autopilot. Maybe it's, hey, I really do want to shine a little bit more, right? So what's in your heart? Make your intention something that's really going to honor it. And as you take a deep breath in and turn your gaze down towards your hands, big exhale, release the hands to the lap, flicker the eyelids open, and bring the head to center. Let the legs come out. Good morning, everybody. And go ahead and give yourself a nice massage down the thighs to the knees. So I've asked my kids kindly, press the toes forward and draw them back, to be quiet as I'm teaching. But who knows? It's a new year. We never know what the monkeys will give me. Circle the feet in one direction and the other. It's funny, you know, when you have little kids, or maybe even with pets too, right? That schedule is so important. And when you have a few days that don't align with the schedule, it's like everything just blows up. So we'll see. At least class is only a half hour, right? My husband is home, so that's a help. All right, so from here, my friends, what I'd like you to do is bend the knees and have the feet flat. And from here, your fingers, I want you to dome them. And so what that means is not press the full palm down, but take the hand like this. So only the fingertips are going to be touching the ground. And you can have the fingertips facing you like this. And so what I want you to do is just take them back a little bit and just lean yourself back comfortably. So bend into the elbows, bend into the shoulders, and just let the knees fall side to side. I love this. I even let my hips come up a little bit. And so just allowing some movement into that lower body. Some of you might have literally just come right out of bed, right? And so getting that movement after, you know, sleeping for a few hours, it's so good. Some of us, you know, you did the 100 burpees yesterday with Shari. What a surprise at the end of that bash, right? And, you know, just you know, different things during the day. So for whatever reason, if you're feeling sore, feeling a little stiff, this will be good. And you're just allowing your upper body to really move with it too. So you don't have to stay stiff in the upper body. Belly is braced here just a little bit to bring a little bit of a foundation to your movement. And then what I'd like you to do from here, I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me. I want you to turn your fingers away from you now, but I want you to draw the shoulders up and back. So be careful. You're not letting the shoulder come forward and your hand come back, the fingers come back. I want everything to come up and back. So turn from the shoulder up and back and open that arm. Yes, perfect. And so from here, we're lifting that spine. So here, that spinal alignment is really important. And what I want you to do is just bend the hands or bend the elbows and let the hands come down. And then lift them back up. So palm comes down and up. So we're going from this action to this action. From the bent, from here, bending in and straightening. Straightening, the palm comes up. As we bend the elbows, the palm comes down. And if you don't like that, you can do this like this, right? You could just get that stretch in this way. So really what I want to do is just get a nice stretch through those forearm muscles, right? And mobility within the wrist. But depending on how you're feeling today, that might not be for you. And that's okay, right? So we're doing what feels good for us. There are always options. All right, perfect. So now come on forward onto the hands and knees. And we're really going to get down and into this hands and knees position, into our cat and cow. So feet and knees are 3 to 4 inches apart from one another. Take those knees behind the hips a little bit and curl the toes under for power. Press the full hand down, my friends. Index finger, knuckle, thumb, knuckle are down. Inhale, lift the tailbone, let the belly fall and gaze straight ahead. Big exhale, scoop the tail around the spine and gaze back towards your thighs. So inhaling, the tailbone lifts, the belly falls, and the gaze is straight ahead. And what this is called is cow. Exhale, scoop the tail around the spine and gaze back to your thighs. And this is cat. So tabletop position is when we're on hands and knees, and we're moving the spine in all directions. So flexion and extension. And if you're not coming to hands and knees today, remember, you can do this seated. You can do this standing. So it doesn't matter, you know, what you've got going on in the shoulder and the wrist. Honor that and go in the position that works for you. Nice, Kathy. Good, Kathy E. Yes, Kristen. Nice, Slavka. Good, Malia. Beautiful, everybody. All right, coming back to hands and knees. Walk your knees back one more step and curl the toes under if they're not there already and lift those knees up just about 4 inches or so. So here what we're trying to do is activate the shoulders, activate the ankles, knees, and hips, but also the muscles all in between there as well. So we're getting strong in that core, beginning to fire up these muscles, and then begin to lengthen the legs, lifting the hips for what we call downward facing dog, that upside down B position, and where you're pressing your hips up and back. Now your knees can be bent if your hamstrings are tight, or you could also take your feet wider than your hips. And sometimes that gets you into that hamstring a little bit more if you're tight. And remember, my friends, if you don't like downward facing dog, if it's not for you, no problem. Let the knees come down. You can come to child's pose. You could come to hands and knees. You could come to a half forward fold at the wall like this. So whatever position you need to be in to allow yourself that work or rest, it's up to you. You have tons of options here. From here, my friends, wherever it is that you are, draw your belly in, lift your hips up, and begin to walk your feet forward to Uttanasana. That's your forward fold where we get that nice stretch to the back side of the leg. Take your hands forward of your feet if your hands are on the ground, about a foot. And if you can't reach to the ground today, you got 2 options. You can bend your knees and have your hands here. You can take your feet wider to give your belly some space because that can be uncomfortable on the abdomen. Or you could take your feet right underneath the hips and take your hands up onto the legs or at your wall or at your couch, whatever it is you have available to you. The key here is keep your hands pressing down. Inhale, lengthen the spine forward. Exhale, fold. Keep your hands wherever they are. Don't lift them. Inhale, lengthen the spine because I want you to get that support through the upper body as well. Exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold. Press your feet down, take your hands to your hip crease, draw the elbows up, send your heart forward and come to stand. Press the feet down, lift the arms up overhead, palms come together. Exhale the hands to heart center. And just take a moment here just to breathe, just to check in with that posture, pressing the feet down, drawing all the energy up through the body, lifting that spine nice and long. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold. Press the hands and feet down. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Hands beside the feet. Bend your knees and step your left foot back behind you. Drop that knee to the ground. Your ideal position is with the knee behind the hip, but it's okay if it doesn't get there today, right? And your hands are on either sides of your front foot with the front knee as best you can over top of that ankle. And you're lifting that chest up and drawing the belly in. We call this low lunge. This is the beginning of the sun salutation. From here, with your back toes curled under, lift the back knee and then step the right foot back to plank. Now, my friends, coming down to the ground is not for everybody, and so you don't have to. The next round I'll show you just all standing. So from here, the belly is braced, the chest is lifted, and from here, your knees can come down. Send your heart forward, bend your elbows to come down to a modified push-up position. Untuck your toe as the belly comes down. Lift the shoulders up and back so they're not down low. They're up high in line with the elbow. Slide your belly forward. Press down through your feet. Squeeze your glutes. Draw the belly in. And you're rising to cobra. Now, if this bothers the wrist, take the elbows down. Press your forearms down. And if you're not coming down to cobra at all, you could just come to this open back bend here on the hands and knees or standing. That's up to you. If you're in cobra, curl the toes under, come to the knees, press back, downward facing dog. So we'll all be either in downward facing dog or child's pose with the knees down, hips back, or in hands and knees position, or in a half forward fold at the wall. From here, lift the heels if you're in downward facing dog, pop on up if you're in child's pose or hands and knees, and walk your feet forward to Uttanasana. Press your feet down, inhale, rise. Palms come together, exhale the hands to heart center. So we'll do it again on the other side. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. So sticking with the breath, my friends, allows you to release tension. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. From here, hands on either sides of your feet, bend your knees. The right leg comes back. Now, if you're not wanting to come down to the ground, you can stay lifted this whole time. Right? We sometimes do this as a variation, but I'm just letting you know, if you're not coming to the ground today, you can do all of this standing. And so then from here, you're gonna step that left foot back to plank, and plank at the wall looks like this. Nice and strong on the door jamb or at the wall here. And then from here, my friends, go ahead and slide the heart forward, either knees bend or up. You're gonna bend the elbows, coming down to chaturanga. And then from here to cobra, or at the wall or standing here or on the knees, opening to that back bend. And then from here, if you're in cobra, right, curl the toes under, pop the knees up, and then press back to downward facing dog, or you're at the half forward fold at the wall, or child's pose. And then from here, we walk the feet forward to Uttanasana. Inhale, we rise, palms come together, and exhale the hands to heart center. So those are your two options for the sun salutation. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Hands beside the feet. If you're coming to the ground, bend the knees. Step the left foot back. Keep it lifted. Inhale, rise the upper body up. Shoulder blades are on the back. So now we're lifted. Back heel is lifted. The back leg is lifting. Front knee is pressing forward, drawing the belly back, and you are tapping into that breath. Softening the face. Softening all the tension within the body, just releasing it. Yes, we're working hard, but it's not tense, right? Shoulder blades are on the back, so we lift that heart up, and maybe even grab a smile, right? Letting yourself shine and sparkle even when you feel challenged. It's a good practice. From here, take the hands down, step back to plank. From here, heart forward, bend the knee, is down to the mat if you want to. Otherwise, full chaturanga. Untuck the toes to cobra. Remember, if you're not coming down to the ground, remember those options I showed you. Curl the toes, press back. Downward facing dog or child's pose. From here, you can be in hands and knees position or stay here in downward facing dog, and the right foot can rise up towards the sky. In three-legged dog on hands and knees, it looks like this. You could be standing or at the wall doing this as well. And that foot comes down, and then the left foot rises. And remember, my friends, when we want to shine, we're checked in. We know what's going on within us, right? We know what our challenges are. And we're serving ourselves, right? We're allowing ourselves to show up in the best light possible Those feet come down. From here, take one more breath in. And then allow the the left foot to step forward in between your hands. Bend into that knee and rise the body up. Nice and strong. So we should be on the opposite side. Chest is lifted, belly is braced. And we're strong, we're steady here. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Big exhales, because the exhales is that release, right? Beautiful. Christine, I think I see your feet. Wiggle a toe if it's you. It's funny how I start to recognize you all by your body parts if I don't recognize the room you're in. Beautiful, everybody. Take the hands down and step back, downward facing dog, or child's pose, or hands and knees. From here, let the knees come down. Your right hand is going to be pressed down into the mat. If you're not coming down to the mat today, you could be at the wall. Totally fine. From here, I want you to bring your shoulder forward, but it stops right behind the wrist. So there's a little bit of an angle here. From here, take that right knee, spin the foot back so it's on a kickstand, and we're in now, shoulder up and back. We're in side plank. Left foot is pressing down, toes face this long edge of your mat. We're opening the chest, pressing down through hand, knee and foot, and drawing all the energy up into the core of the body, and then the left hand can lift up if you like. Now, my friends, pay attention to this right wrist. If you feel a lot of pressure, check in. That shoulder might be too far over the wrist, and that's going to cause a lot of pain. Take it back. The other thing, press your fingers down, press the hand down, and lift that energy up, and use your legs. Nice and strong. So we're going to have lots of variations of side plank. Why? Because it's my favorite pose. From here, we're opening the chest towards the sky at the wall, my friends. Remember, it looks like this. Beautiful. And if you don't want to press any pressure onto that hand, just have it right here in the air. Yeah, nice. Beautifully done. Draw the belly in. Now see if you could transition right into plank. So either by taking the hands down and lifting your knees up, or by lifting your legs and then taking the hands down, whatever suits you. So come right back into plank. Nice. And you could be at plank at the wall too, right? Totally fine. And then from here, we're gonna transfer into the left side. So from here, the knees come down. We're gonna spin that left foot back. Watch the left shoulder. Shoulder comes up and back. So that action of this, up and back, remember we did at the very beginning of the class, right? Up and back. Lengthen the side of the body, press the right foot down, all the way down, press down through the knee to hand, draw your heart open as you lift for that side plank here. Head is lifted in line with the spine. And it's funny because a lot of people say, oh my gosh, Steph, I'm not really strong in that core as I should be. But friends, this is a total body exercise right here. The entire body is involved. And to be honest, you want to use those legs as strong as you can. It's actually not as much about the abdominal strength as you think. It's really about positioning and using those legs to help you. From here, allow yourself to come back into plank. And then press back to downward facing dog, child's pose, or hands and knees, whatever works for you. And then from here, we walk those feet forward to Uttanasana, press those feet down, inhale to rise, bring the hands up overhead, exhale the hands to heart center, and just take a moment right here to just tap into your energy, your position, just your moment right here, right now. And my friends, I encourage you to take a little time today, tomorrow, and the next week or so, really pausing and looking within. Not just for your daily routine, but also to allow yourself to really be connected so you can shine. My friend, these days are not meant for us to just tack off the to-do list and get it all done and move to the next day. These days are meant for us to really live our dreams. They really are. And maybe not as big as we hope, but it's baby steps. It's all about baby steps. And so my friends, begin to allow yourself the invitation to take those baby steps. And we're starting right here, right now together. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Keep the arms lifted as you bend into your knees and draw the belly back into Utkatasana, chair pose. In this position, we're sitting the hips back towards the short edge of the mat, bending the knees right over top of the ankles, but we can still see the toes. The arms are lifting up overhead, but this is the most difficult position for the arms. So if this doesn't feel good, goalposts, heart center, hips straight out. You all know tons and tons of options. And if this is your first time to yoga, my friends, it's all about doing what feels good. Comfortable discomfort, never pain, right? And so we keep that breath flowing the whole time. My friends, from here, I want to keep low. I want you to step that left foot back. You're in that high lunge position. Draw the belly in. Lift that chest. Bring the hands to heart center. Now, the muscles that support the pelvis, hug them in. And from here, we begin to twist from the belly button towards the right-hand side. Deeply bend into that front knee and lift the back leg so that it's not approaching the ground. And you're squeezing through that torso. If you're not twisting today, just stay right here in this high lunge. No problem. You do not have to twist. Inhale, come on back to center. Reach the arms out to the side and untwist. Twist to the other side. Yeah. Open it up. Beautiful. Then you're going to spin this back foot down. Try not to lose your balance like I am. Keep that front knee bent and take that right forearm to your thigh. Left arm alongside the ear. Beautiful. We're opening that chest. Breathing. Feeling that expanse, right? It's like the promise of a new year. We have no idea what's in store, even if up until yesterday, 2019 was a tough year for you, right? But friends, here's the thing. We don't have to wait for a new year, for a new beginning. Every breath we take, every time we inhale, it is a chance for a new beginning. Every time. Inhale, come on up. Lift yourself up. Turn the toes straight ahead. Hands to the hips crease. Take that heart forward for a wide leg forward fold. You can stay right here halfway, midway, bringing the feet towards one another, hugging that energy in. Soft bend behind the knees, not locking those knees out. Let that heart come forward. Beautiful. And from here, we allow ourselves to rise on up, turn the body to face the left-hand side. From here, we come into that lunge position, deeply bending the front knee, sending the back heel back. Inhale, reaching the arms up, and then taking the hands to heart center. From here, we keep the energy into the pelvis. We draw the belly in, and we exhale, we twist to the left. Remember that twists are hard, so you might be finding you're a little wiggly in the legs. You would take your feet out a little bit wider if you need to, and really lengthen that tailbone down so there should be no pressure to the lower back. Beautiful, Molly. Yes, Michelle. Good, Jenny. Nice, Malia. Yes, Wendy. So good, Mary, Summer, Kathy. Beautiful, everybody. Very strongly hug into the center of the body to come to center. Good. Bring the torso back to center and then untwist. You're going to do that counter twist towards the right this time. Yeah. Beautiful. And even when we're serious, right, we can still have a little bit of grace, a little bit of ease. Remember, my friends, we're not trying to bring those wrinkles prematurely. Some of us have more than others, and that's fine too. So you might be chuckling saying, Steph, it's a little too late for that, right? But we don't need any more than we already have. Beautiful, Melissa. Yes, Lauren. Good, Slavka. Yes, Kathy. Nice. All right, my friends. And then from here, come on back to center. We're going to turn, actually, no, we're not going to turn to the center. Still come into that left knee bend. We're going to come to that Parsvakonasana. So spin the back foot down. I almost forgot. And lengthen the side body, opening that chest. Because what I'm going to give you the option to do is come into a side plank position where we're opening the chest here. We're opening to the sky. It's like you're shining your light so brightly. Yeah, beautiful. And then from here, take your hand down to the ground, lift that back heel up, and then step back to plank, lower the knees down. So my friends, we're going to come into side plank again. You get to choose the variety. I'm going to give you tons of options. And again, you could do it at the wall. You could do this freestanding too. You do not have to be at the wall at all. So use the option that works for you, because remember, you want to be able to exhale and smile. Even if you're kind of at your edge, you still want to be in a comfortable place, right? And side plank offers a lot of challenges for all of us. So choose your option that works best for you. So we're going to start on the right side. Now, we're going to set up the same way we did before, and then I'm going to start to give you some options. So right hand down, full hand, no lifting the index finger knuckle. Take the shoulder forward, but just 1 inch behind the wrist. Shoulder up and back, kick that right foot back to that kickstand, extend your left leg. And again, you could be lifted hand to the hip, hand overhead. You are welcome to stay here. Another variation of modified side plank is when we let the knees come down, we extend from here, the right leg, and we take the left leg behind us. So that's another option for that side plank variation. This allows us to open the chest a little bit more. So to come from a seated position is a little bit easier for that option. We come from seated, we lift the legs up, we extend that right leg, and we lift that hip up, and the back knee is bent. You're welcome to stay here. Some of you like to stack your feet or have them unstacked with the bottom leg forward. So unstacked looks like this, stacked looks like this. So it's up to you. Now, what you can do is in this modified position with the left leg behind you bent, opening that chest brings you into wild thing. So I'll show you from the other side or from side on. So you're here and you can lift yourself up. You can walk this left leg open a little bit more. Some people like to take the heel up and you just open yourself up here. So it's like a back bend and a side plank all in the same variety. You get to choose. Any option you like. Full plank is fine. Downward facing dog, hands and knees, whatever it is that you like, right? You could just come into an opening back bend too. Yeah, beautiful. My friends, wherever it is that you are, hug all the energy into the center of your body and then very slowly come on back to center. We'll do it on the other side or one more time if you weren't doing anything on the side. So from here, setting yourself up on the left-hand side. Again, this is your first variety. Your second option is to come to a seat. Extend your left leg out. Remember that left shoulder is on the back. Bend the right knee and lift yourself up here. Spread those toes. Open that heart. Strong through the legs. You can also unstack or stack. It's up to you. Or take your right foot even further back behind you. Heel up. Open that chest. It's almost like, friends, you're most vulnerable right here. And that's actually what I want. I want you to get to a place where you are vulnerable. You still have control, right? But you're opening yourself up to the unknown. And that's what we should do. Not just every year, not just every month, but every day. Just open ourselves up just a little bit more, right? To really allow ourselves to shine, because when we hold ourselves back, we dim our own light. So we have to open here. One more breath, and very gently, very slowly, come on back to center. Let those knees come down. Spread those knees. Take yourself to child's pose. My friends, if you found that challenging, good. It is challenging. It wasn't meant not to be, right? So be careful of what you're saying to yourself right now, right? With your self-worth. Make sure you're celebrating yourself, because that was meant to be celebrated, whatever it is that you just did. You can also stack your hands and let your head come down in that child's pose. What a beautiful way to start the day, to start a new year, a new decade. Inhale, come on up and let yourself come to a seated position. Beautiful. So from here, my friends, go ahead and extend your left leg, bend your right knee, and have the sole of the left up. Take your left leg out, right knee bend. Take the sole of that right foot to the inner thigh of the left. Sit up nice and tall. Take your left hand beside the hip. Lift your right hand up towards the sky. From here, we're gonna take a little bit of a twist, and then we're gonna take the body forward. Now, if you're not twisting today, then you could just stay right here on a diagonal. That's fine. Just opening into that lower back of the pelvis stretch. If you're twisting, you're gonna get that side body stretch as well. This right hand can stay here on the inside of the leg, can come on top of the leg, and come across the leg. It's up to you. Lifting that chest, we can even take the twist a little deeper and look back towards that left shoulder and breathe here. So it just depends on what you need today. My friends, I'm so happy that you joined me today. As we said yesterday, what a way to close out the decade together, and what a way to start the day. I was looking so forward to this class. So many regulars and some new ones that I don't get to see. And we have Wendy for her first class here with VFit ever, and first time to yoga. And she's still here, guys. She didn't leave me. Come on back to center. Lift yourself up. Extend that your right leg out. Here I am, getting my lefts and rights confused. Bend into the other side. Lift yourself up. Take the left arm up. Draw the belly in. Twist, twist, twist. Big exhale. Watch your left shoulder, my friends, draw it up and back. And here, big exhale. So keep the breath moving rhythmically. The reason that that's important is because twists are releases. We get to let go of stuff we don't need. And so you want to exhale. That's how we get rid of stuff we don't need. gases, thoughts, actions, right? We let go of them through the exhale. So here we're bringing out that dirty towel. We're supporting the muscles that are alongside the spine. So much happening here. Such a detoxification for us. One more breath, forward folding and twisting all in the same pose. Such a great way to end the practice. Very slowly untwist and come on back to center. My friends, you're welcome to end this practice seated. As we began, you could end the practice lying down, arms by your sides for Shavasana. This is the most ideal way to end class, but it does not always work for everyone. You could also be on your belly with your forearms on top of one another, with your head on top of those forearms. It's up to you. But my friends, I do encourage you before you log out to just take a few minutes of quiet, of stillness for yourself. Allowing yourself to just take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, just be supported into the mat. And allow your brain to just come to rest. Staying right here, right where you are. Breathing. Allowing yourself just such a wonderful chance to just be. Yes, beautiful. Not rushing anywhere. Keeping your mindset for the day, not just now, but throughout the day. So keeping it within your heart. My friends, thank you so much for giving yourself the gift of yoga and to shine today. I wish you continued good health, peace, and happiness until the next time we meet. And let us bow to an honor, if you're seated, the light within ourselves is the same within each other. Namaste. Stay right where you are, exactly where you are, as long as you can. I will see you soon. Happy New Year, everybody.